Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black channel here at Ticker Talker, and we got some pain and suffering. And so today is a really good example of why you want to watch the internals. And so here's what I mean by that. So if you go to the SPY in the Qs, here you can see down here in the lower left on the 60, we gap down, then we rally back, right here. And then here, this is a 2-2 reversal back down, right? Now we got a new 60 after slightly taking out some lows, right? So we might, and you see how this slightly took out the highs, then slightly took out the lows. This is our price discovery broadening formation for the day. So it doesn't mean we're going to keep tanking. It means we can now start coming back up on the new 60 here. If you go to QQQ, once again, gaps down, rallies back, slight higher high, 2-2 reversal, slight lower low, now inside. So a lot of things are going to be looking like the futures. And once again, we're looking at a lot of these monthlies here. You can see this. We're closer to being an outside month to the downside. We're not quite there yet, but we're certainly keeping an eye on that. And you'll notice that we came back down to test the opening price right here on the upper left, right? So right now from the opening, it's trying to go green. Right, so the thing was that when we rallied back, a lot of the big generals were staying right on the lows. It was pretty obvious that we were going to roll back, and I'll get into that because if the leadership, if you will, was attempting to be industrials. Here's your old leader, GE. Here you go, GE having another good day. And an outside month to the upside for GE. How far that's going to go is a whole other story. But you can see what kind of leadership we were attempting to have to start off the morning. Also in the industrials, yet triple M, mini mines. And now it goes inside on the 60 here on the lower left. Right? And the good thing about mini mines is what we look for in the lower middle on the monthly. It's something that's nowhere near its highs. This thing's been a lot higher, right? In a market where you're worried about buying things that are going into new highs, new highs, new highs, new highs all the time, yeah, nowhere near it. So that's a good thing. It's an outside day, upper left, right? It's an inside week to the upside, upper middle. And now an inside 60 to see if this continues, right? So you also have Cat Tractor. Cat. And Cat, you can see this broadening formation on the monthly in the lower middle. The question is, can it keep going? It's bright green on the month. It's trying to reclaim the opening here on the weekly, here. It's an inside day to the upside here. The thing is, we go into exhaustion risk. And so when you want to come back to the previous range, but once you take this out, you want to stay up there because then the buyer's got to step up. You stopped a bunch of guys out who are trying to short this thing. Now the question, do the buyers step up with the market getting a little nasty? John Deere was coming up with that too. And you can see, once again, once you go into lower left, slight higher high, exhaustion risk come in. Doesn't mean it's going to fall apart, but you can see here upper left, outside day. Did what it was supposed to do, take these guys out. The question is, can it re-rally off of that? And that's why we'll continually watch these 60s here to see what sets up to do that. Right now, the Qs are staying heavy as well. They should, as I'm going to get to that point in a second. You did have some chemical strength. Eastman Chemical. Have we talked about this one? We have. Why? Inside month and up, right? And going towards the highs of the week and staying up there. Very nice. Let's see if we got anything here to get in. To start the day, here's what you look for. Okay? So we know that we're green on the week, we're green on the month. And so when we start a new day, here's where it opened. Tanks and comes back, right? But here's your daily opening and your 60-minute opening to go full-time, back into full time frame continuity. Here's your 2-2 reversal on the 30, right here above 82.74. Trading 84.87, very nice on that. All right, market starting to stabilize here. And then LYB, also in the chemicals, having a nice day, outside day to the upside here, full time frame continuity when the green 60 is green. And you'll notice here to start the day on the 30, gaps down, but this is where it kicked it back into full time frame continuity, right here. And then this is a 2-2 reversal on the 30 to take it right back up. So a lot of good stuff in there. Watching this market stabilize just a tad. MLHR. And MLHR on the gap holds up. Right, and this gap causes this, the 3-2-2 back up. That's something we look for in the outside monther. If you go to the 15-minute, you're going to see this right here, the inside 15 to the upside, right there. So we'll see if this thing can keep going. If you go to your 30, went 30 up slightly here, and once again, you're going to notice exhaustion risk the more you look for it, right? Inside 30, magnitude, take out this and this, which it did, and then it backed off. Now it's a matter of whether the buyers step up or not. So we'll keep an eye on that. Cummins engine, more industrials trying to fight up here, but you can see coming back in with the exhaustion risk. The outside bar did what it was supposed to do, go outside, and then you can see how it exhausted on the 30 and came back in. Right now, market's staying heavy as well. It should, because when we're looking at the market rallying back, you wanted to look at some of the generals. What are they doing? You got Facebook. It was ow, right? Inside 60 to the downside with full time frame continuity to the downside, right? Facebook right here off the 60 and still inside month, but getting closer to being 2. Here on the weekly is taking out last week's lows. If you go to Netflix, you'll see this. Inside 6, down lower left, inside 60 to the downside to cause the outside month that we've been looking for here. Below 466.55, which it did, right? And still taking out previous week's lows. Yesterday tried to go up and then failed. And now these two become an outside day of all this, right? There's your 2-2 reversal to take this out and take that out is what we're looking for. And we got it. If we go to what a difference a day makes, the towers, American Tower. And they tried to go up, and then what's this? On the daily, 2 up, 2-2 reversal right there. Boom, right? Let's see if we get anything on the 30 for you. There's an outside 30. So what that tells us is we're going to go look at CCI, right? And we're going to look, there's your 2-2 reversal daily right here, right? And you can look at SBAC Tower. SBAC 2-2, and the good thing about SBAC, it didn't gap, all right? So as soon as it pops up here and comes back here, boom, right there. And you're countering the week and the month, and that's okay because these things have enough of a range that you can do that. ILMN, oh boy, they got them good yesterday, and they are still getting them good. And you can see here on the monthly, it's now 3-2 to the downside. Outside, range expansion continuation. Outside week, big outside day, and continuation. Here, inside 60, the lower left, boom, that was below 307.14. There you go. There's $7. That's not bad. If we go to TWOU, and TWOU, still having all sorts of problems here, and you're going to see this. The outside week, inside week, down 312. It's also taking out last month's lows, right? And we'll see if there's any nice 30s in here. Here's what you look for. The gap down, that's a 2 down. The slight higher high, that's a 2 up. And boom, the continuation right here. 222 continuation on the 30-minute right there. And down she goes. If we go to the team. And the team here, once again, looking for a lot of these things to go outside month. Right here, you can see this, getting closer to that. You're taking out last week's lows. Now it's just got to stay down there. It's been chopping around here in the daily, and it's trying to stay below here. So we want to see if we can stay below what the signals would be below 164.87. Right, it's recovering now. As you can see, the market is trying to stabilize here, and so a lot of things looking very like the futures right now. And so what you're seeing here, as I speak, a lot of things are going to go inside 15 or inside 30. Here, right? Once again, because we took out the slight higher high and took out the slight lower low. So we're still in a broadening formation price discovery series. So as ugly as a lot of things look, they could still recover out of this, right? Because you got your slight lower low. And in general, on the weeklies, not doing much. Q's, I mean, red, but not doing too much. And on the daily, you can see testing that opening. So these inside 30s coming up going to be very important. Facebook, still going. If we go to burritos, CMG, and here, the inside 60 down right here. You see that? Now, burrito's a good thing about this. You got some distance here to be an outside month, right? It takes the inside week to the downside, upper middle. That's good. Puking, and then gives you the 60 here. And that was below 1233.28. So there's another, yeah, 18 bucks or whatever. Not bad. If we go to W Day, and W Day not totally getting killed, but you could see that when the market was rallying back, it stayed inside 60 like a lot of these things and went down. Still inside month, but blood red and taking out last week's lows, upper middle, all right, all that kind of stuff. You got Peloton going to the highs. Let's take a look here. What's going on here? Peloton fighting back, so we'll see how that goes. Right now trying to go towards the highs of the day. So what you'll see us do oftentimes is when the market goes to the lows and then stalls out, what we want to look for is anything taking out the morning highs, right? Because the shorts got what they wanted. The market rolled back down. But if their stock doesn't do that, it's a little thing you call stick it to them, right? So Peloton has a chance for being an outside day to the upside, so keep an eye on that. If we go to iRobot, and iRobot got the 2-2 day here, got them good. And middle of the day yesterday, just boom, they just pounded this thing, right? And that set up the 2 up, the 2 day down, still going towards weakness. RNG, and RNG, you can see things right on the new hour, right? And this is what we talk about. We call it the flip, right at the bottom of the hour, right? You got it. You can see the machines turn on and off. Sell. Buy, right? And RNG, we can keep an eye on this. Is inside day to the downside, right? Taking out last week's lows, we call that Momo shoot. You got your outside monther, so you've already had that, handled that. All right, still looking like a bunch of inside 30 is going to come at the top of the hour here. If we go to play, anybody ever going to go here again? I don't think so. Inside day to the downside here, inside day, upper left. Boom. And so when it pokes up like this, as soon as it hits this, you can take it because you got red on all time frames. Pound this thing, right? And down she goes. And so we'll see if we can get the outside month. A lot of things we're looking for outside monsters. Just keeping an eye on things going to the highs here. QDO, what's going on here? Not doing too much. You've got Facebook still puking. NNOX. And when the party's over, the party is over. And so you can see this now taking out last week's lows. That's a 2-2 reversal here. Good time we got. I'm always running out of time. We got CRNC. So what you can see is when you understand what I'm talking about, there's so much opportunity in any given day. You can hear me talking very quickly to try and get 15 minutes when there's so much going on. Netflix to the lows. CRNC, and you can see this here in the upper left, 2-2 reversal. Taking out the highs, taking out the lows, kabam, right? And that if that works, and on a Thursday, remember, you always want to be thinking forward. If this works, right, what will that set up? And what that potentially sets up is this inside week here in the middle. Stop them out up to the, and then rev strat for next week, right? The 1-2-2 potential if this thing continues to weaken, and that's how you can hold and how you can add to things and do stuff like that. Got ENPH, and ENPH, once again here you're going to see this 2 up, boom, back to previous range right here, getting slammed, and once again on the weekly setting up potential, the rev strat 1-2-2 to reverse that inside bar, right? And then you had your inside 60 here in the lower left. Down, sideways, measured move. Thanks for playing. Okay, let's see what else. One more. I know. And I know what a difference a day makes, but still inside day, right? It's just countering the week and all that, but that's okay because you've got your 60 and your daily in control here when you go inside 60 to the downside. You see this inside bar? Boom, very nice for playing. So right now, keeping an eye on these futures because most things having issues, right? So we'll see if these things can hold on and be strong enough for an inside 30, and then how these inside 30s break here at 15 minutes. As always, we got Roku going to the lows. As always, my videos here at Ticker Talker are free. It's Smith in the Black channel, so come and check them out. We talk about all this stuff all the time. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith at Smith in the Black channel. Here at Ticker Talker with the Strat Time Report.